developer is the king. Hello everyone. Yeah, my name is Parth and I am a founder and lead instructor of 𝐂𝐞𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐧𝐢.com. So what we generally do here, we try to upskill, cross-skill, help people, mentor people to learn newer technologies like BTP, cloud, AI around the ERP solutions. And we are very, very focused on the real world use case solutions rather than only learning hello world programs. So our vision is in coming years, we should reach at least 100,000 people. But today, actually I was literally thinking like I would not be able to convey my words within 20-25 minutes. But as because I have the privilege now, I will utilize it fully. So I have done hundreds and thousands of hours of content across different platforms. Now, in this particular session, we'll be mainly focusing on the BTP cap area. And I will try to enable you how easy it is to navigate into BTP area, especially the application development. Okay, to design this session, so I have divided it into 3 parts. The first part is we are actually introducing a open source, completely open source learning platform, that is labs.𝐂𝐞𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐧𝐢.com, where anyone and everyone can go, be it like architect, developers, for functional folks, and can go pro code, low code, different labs in our labs.𝐂𝐞𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐧𝐢.com, completely for free. And we will be continuously innovating this particular platform for you guys. So one request to everyone, please do share with your colleagues, your friends, and even the college graduates, brothers and sisters. Okay, so that they will get the full benefit out of it. So a quick glimpse of it, how it actually looks like. And at the end of the session, we'll try to make it a fun. So for the last section, 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be having a quiz contest. And out of this quiz contest, you have a chance to win a smartwatch like this. Okay, top 3 scorer will get a premium smartwatch. So please be ready for that as well. So this is our platform. We are making it open source, hands-on learning platform for real-world business use case scenarios, especially focusing on BTP, cloud, and AI areas. And when you navigate to the 𝐂𝐞𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐧𝐢.com, there is a section for labs. You can go to that section, and you can see there are a lot of sections for architects, for developers, for no-code citizen developers as well. Okay? Like this. And while you will be navigating here, we not only providing you the architecture, but also try to explain it in a simple language. And not only that, whenever you are preparing for your next interviews, or maybe like sometimes you are searching the sample code for your project, you can come here directly and try to search here. And not only like a regular search, this particular platform is also enabled with AI-enabled search. Okay, the GPT-enabled search. So that means like whenever you will try to search something like, let's say, how to deploy a CAP application in Cloud Foundry, you can just search. It will actually navigate through all the content in this particular platform and try to give you your answer, your contextual way, whatever the things you will be asking. Okay, now let's move into the main area now. So where actually we'll be trying to enable you in SAP BTP, especially the application development part. So for that purpose, we are trying to bring a very simple, high level, maybe like 30,000 feet above level architecture of BTP, and in context of application development. So in this particular picture, you can see a tall building having different components. Like here we do have the database component, we do have the application development component, we do have the microservice, backing microservice component, and we do have the user interface components. And as a developer who is kind of like hero in this picture, you are the star, right? You are actually doing a lot of things. You are analyzing the business problem and then trying to convert it into the cloud solutions using the Business Application Studio, CTMS, Git, code version management, then deploying it to the Cloud Foundry platform and also maintaining the code. So SAP has already given lots of tooling, lots of framework here so that your journey will be easier. And when you will be actually building application on top of BTP, it's not like isolated, right? Silos. So there should be some business data coming, and on top of that, you will be building your application. Maybe like extension application or maybe in-app applications, right? Sometimes. So what are the data sources? The data sources can be your on-premise system, ECC, S4HANA system, or maybe different SaaS solutions, right? So now SAP has provided the easy mechanism how you can bring the data in BTP, and on top of that, you can build application in Cloud Application Program model. So there are different ways. One of the way, if you wanted to get raw data out of your backend ECC and S4HANA system, you have the SDI, Smart Data Integration Mechanism. And then you can enable the data in your HANA Cloud container. So all those things we will be learning in our subsequent slides, but as of now, this is a high level. And of course, like if you wanted to bring data, S4HANA already given thousands of standard OData services. For that, you can connect to your backend system using Cloud Connector. And different SAP's microservices, like the backing microservices, which is there in the third box, the third area, like the job scheduling, ANS, cloud workflow, authorization and trust management, document management service, all those will also help to reduce your code in your actual application development. So SAP is giving the framework to write your code easily, or also SAP has given the standard backing microservices to accelerate your application development. And also, if you wanted to connect to the other SaaS solution, you can also connect to using the integration suite, right? So in this way, you can collect the data, come to the BTP platform, use HANA Cloud as your baseline database. On top of that, you use Cloud Application Programming as your framework and use different other backing microservices, which is the third portion, and then build the application. And then also you can expose as a different user interfaces like Fiori, UI5, or also like 𝐓𝐸𝐺 based application or mobile applications as well. So this is how the whole picture will look like. And as because I was talking about SAP's framework, now we need to introduce the CDS. Because whenever SAP is saying like we are coming up with this CAPM, CAP, what is then CAP means like? So where from the CAP is coming from? Actually this BTP and CAP, everything comes from some of the open source technologies, okay? Like open source Cloud Foundry, SAP has wrapped with efficient platform within the BTP, okay? So SAP bought Cloud Foundry and they are enabling you in BTP so that you can easily deploy and manage or scale your application, okay? And then open source Node.js. On top of that, SAP created wrappers, and those wrappers are based on the CDS, and then it became CAP. So now everywhere in our next sections you will see a lot of CDSs. Everywhere there are CDS, because On top of Node.js, it is CDS, which is actually giving you the flexibility to write less code and achieve more. And now, this is the detailed level of architecture, and many of our mentees who have joined 𝐂𝐞𝐫𝐭, they are actually taking this as a picture in front of their desk, and they can easily navigate everything what is there for different component in SAP BTP, especially for the CAP development. So in this particular tall, very tall building, we kept it as mainly 3 layers, okay? DB, SRV, and app. So wherever you will be initiating any CAP project, there should be some folder structure, files, right? And different folders, files will be responsible for different things. So for any kind of application development, database is the baseline, or data sources is the baseline. And on top of that, you can build the microservices. And on top of that, you can build your front end. So like this, it is here. And can anyone tell me how many places we do have CDS? Any count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many? 6, 7? 7? Someone saying 8? Actually, there are a lot of places. I intentionally paused here so that you have close look at this particular picture. Okay? So definitely there are lots of CDSs everywhere, at the database level, at the SRV level, at the app level. Everywhere that is CDS. Now we are going into CDS mode. Okay? So before going into this CDS mode and detailed part of it, first of all, let's understand the left-hand side part, your left-hand side part. The application structure. Okay? So I will be just slicing different pieces now and then try to go deeper so that you will understand it in better way. Okay, so I slice the left-hand side part. So whenever you initiate any CAP application, you will see there are app, SRV, DB. And to support the application building or deploying to the Cloud Foundry runtime, you need certain other files which will be coming in some time. But before that, let's focus on the main folder structure, which is DB, SRV, and app. So in the DB part, you can actually define different entities, tables, views, database procedures, data models. In the SRV part, where you will be actually putting your business operations logics, then when you will be putting the business operations logics, definitely you declare. So if you are from the above background, what do? You do declare the internal table, variables, select from different tables, joins, right? Or for all entries like something like that. And then you have final internal table, loop over the things, and then prepare the final thing, or in between you call different standard function module, BAPIs, right? Like that, you prepare your final business operation logics. So similar thing, there is no magic here, okay? Similar thing also you can do it here itself in more efficient way, okay? And you do have full flexibility, full freedom, because it's not now only about the ABAP layer or ABAP application layer. Now the entire software world is open to you. You can infuse AI, you can go to any other open source, you can use any other SaaS solution within your business applications. So that's where it is giving more power to the developers, right? Developer is the king. So on top of that, in the CDS thing itself, you can actually use the different annotations and you can prepare your front end as well. Okay, like view controller, all those things will be automatically getting generated. So to frame it out, like this DB, SRB and app layer, so as because you will not writing the code from the very scratch level, right? So there should be something SAP has provided. What are those things? SAP has given you different packages and libraries like CDS, okay? @SAP/CDS, that is the library package. And also there are other library packages that you can also use. So whichever the baseline packages which will help you to reduce your code and achieve more functionality, those you can define in package.json. You can imagine if you are from a ABAP background, if you want to enhance some standard functionality, you can use standard BAPIs function modules. On top of that, you can write your own logics. Similarly here also, you can actually use standard packages from SAP or open source platforms, and then you can write your logics. So standard packages will be defined in the package.json. Now your complete project is ready with the baseline packages, custom business logics, algorithms. Now it's time to actually deploy it as well, right? In some runtime like Cloud Foundry. Because your application, you cannot run it in your local machine and give it to your user, right? Correct? You will not give localhost to your user, right? So for that purpose, SAP is also giving this mta.yml. So it is also not new, very new. So if you have ever developed any Node.js application, if you have seen manifest.yml. So manifest.yml or the mta.yml for SAP scenario, that will help to efficiently deploy your application binding to the standard packages in Cloud Foundry. So we call it as deployment descriptor. So where you can describe, okay, my application name will be like this, my application ID will be like this, my application will use Node.js build pack, my application will use 256 MB of memory, my application will use cloud connector, my application will use destination service, my application will use job scheduler, my application will use alert mechanism. So all those standard packages, standard services you can also define and bind with your application with using this mta.yml, and whenever you will be deploying it to the Cloud Foundry, automatically it will be binded to the standard service instances. So you don't have to take care of the things manually. You don't have to go to the BTP cockpit and try to do the things manually. So we'll get to know like how the developers are being empowered more and more. So now these are the common philosophy here, like how and why we are focusing on SAP BTP CAPM, Cloud Application Programming. So because we wanted to more focus on what to do, not how to do, right? Fine. So now let's come back to the bottom part, that is the database part. And wherever I have given different components here, try to give some sample code as well, so that you can easily keep the things in your mind whenever you will be looking into this particular architecture. So if you want, you can print this particular architecture and can keep it in your decks. So here, as because everywhere it is CDS, with the help of CDS, we are actually creating the different database artifacts as well. And whenever we are talking about Hana Cloud, that is the baseline database for SAP BTP, there you will see Hana deployment infrastructure. So in any of the databases, I think like if you have seen, schema is the thing that you have learned, right? But for different purposes, like like for isolation of your tables, views, or maybe like version management or lifecycle management for anything, you generally use the schemas. But for when we are talking about the HANA Cloud, which is a core component of CAP, there we will not use schema thing, although behind the scene it is schema, but SAP call it as HANA deployment infrastructure. Okay, so that will help you to package version, isolation of different database artifact from each other, lifecycle management, and also you can easily achieve the multi-tenant application development as well. So here you can see we do have two things, CDL and CQL. So now you can just focus on here. Like in the data model of CDS, when you will be writing the code, previously what you used to do, either you go to the database explorer, create the table views manually, or creating by using the script, SQL script, or maybe you go to the AC11 and you can create the tables like that. In SAP Cloud, SAP HANA Cloud, now the power is with you. Like you can literally become the full stack developer, right? So you can literally write all those code. Like if you define like this, entity book with the different attributes. And when you will be deploying it, automatically it will create a database table in HANA Cloud. So whenever you are writing the code, like that is kind of like design of your database artifact. So we call it as design time artifact, DTA. When you will be deploying through this deployment descriptor, it will become the runtime object in BTP. Now coming to the detailed part of the SRV, so where actually we'll be dealing with multiple things. So let's now focus on these things and concentrate. If you literally wants to go in this CAP programming model. So here you can see we can define the service models, like we can define the business logics, or we can actually collect the data from the different data sources and then build your application. Okay, with using the CAP. So and CAP, definitely it is based on the Node.js, Express, or maybe Java Spring Boot as of now. Now the point is, for any application development, data is a very important thing. So where from the data will be coming? Data can either be locally reside in your HANA Cloud, right, with the local tables, or maybe data can come from your source system like ECC or S/4HANA system, which we have shown in our last section, or maybe the data sources can be different data services APIs. So for that purpose, you can actually use this. So whenever, let's say like you wanted to actually consume the standard OData services, you can actually use the EDMX and convert it into CSN, like with a single command in CLI, and then you can import that particular CSN file in the SRV area, which is the thing that we are doing here in the SRV area. And then within the CDS framework, we do have the CSN and CQN. So what is this CSN? So CSN means CDS schema notation, and CQN means CDS query notation. So this particular two components activity is little bit different. So CSN will help you to collect the data or operate on top of the OData services, and CQN will help you to operate on top of your HANA database containers. Got it? CSN and CQN. And internally, when CQN will actually talk to your database, it will actually use the Fluent API. So this is the internal mechanism. Maybe it is good to know. So after understanding the CSN and CQN, when you are able to interact with your either OData services or local database tables, now it's time to actually do some kind of business operations, right? So for that also, internal to CDS, we do have different components like like this entity service, function service, action service, and event service. So by default, when you will be actually exposing those entities, those things we have seen, right? Automatically the CRUD operation will be enabled there. If you wanted to enhance that, you can use this custom event handler and then you can enhance it. So with using this like event entity, you can do that. And whenever you do not have any event, you can use the function as a service. Okay? And let's say like you do have certain mechanism, you need to actually call your business logics on top of some action like the submit button or something like that, you can use the action service. Or even if you wanted to actually use, like let's say you are ordering to you are giving some, supplying some order to your customer, and automatically you need to reduce the stock from your database, right? So for that purpose, you can also use the event, like the subsequent event service, and you can easily achieve these things in CAPM. So after understanding these things, maybe like you are feeling like this is kind of a very complex thing. Actually, it is not. So whenever you will be actually trying the things, you will get to know much more better way. Now, as because maybe you are little get bored, whoever are not so much interested in CAP, I will make you interest here. So for that particular purpose, let's go to our very exciting component, that is quiz. But before that, a quick announcement. We do have a ticket in Bangalore, 2nd and 3rd November. I hope everyone here will be joining there. There will be a lot of fun. If you are ready, then we can start. So are you ready? Another 30 seconds. Wow. 181, 185, 187, 191. Can we make it 200? Don't use your secondary mobile. Two more. Come on. Decreasing. Yes! Oh, again. Yes. Okay. So let's start. Press enter to start the quiz. Okay. Answer fast to get more points. What is the full form of CAP? You don't have to shout. Four people still. So is it like by mistake you have done? Okay. Going to the next option. Oh, leaderboard. Okay. So Tito. Who is this person? Yay! Next one. Enter to start the quiz. Which file in CAP project called as deployment descriptor? Interesting. Let's see the leaderboard. Warlock. Oh my God. Who is this? Now, next one. Ready? What is the foundation Node.js framework library for SAP CDS? Good. Majority wins. Who is leading now? Again Warlock. Okay, good. Warlock, Hima, Anup. Next on. Presenter. What is HDI? What is HDI? Good. Leaderboard. Hey, Warlock, you are using some bot?
You could take it the other way. The presentation, whatever you presented, right, you would have taken it.
Yeah, that's nice. Good feedback. So now, next one. Oh, that's all. So 5 out of 5 done. Oh no, this is the last one, right? Yeah. Enter. CLI command to deploy SAP application to Cloud Foundry. Fast, fast. Everyone has voted. Let's see the leaderboard. Hey, oh, good. Warlock, Alok, and Hima. So these are the winner of this section. Can you please come on the stage with me? Warlock, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. And second, Alok, yeah, of course you.
Thank you.
Hima, many congratulations. And come here, please. Come. So you are Shekhar and Shahili Bird. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you all guys for participating.